A slight 1.9% rise is projected for Uniswap on May 19, Gov Capital Collector shows. To start, here's how the movement looks at this stage. Uniswap has shown a 2.5% decline in the past 24 hours and is hovering near $3.424. Let's move into the projection roundup. Tomorrow, Coin Price Forecast expects the asset to trade around $3.41, down by 0.4%. Uniswap may approach $3.446 per crypto predictions, a rise of approximately 0.6%. 30 rates notes it may advance to $3.453, roughly 0.8% more than the current price. A different projection from Gov Capital Collector sees Uniswap advancing toward $3.488, an increase of about 1.9%. And to end, digital coin price highlights $3.498 by May 19, up by 2.1%. That's the highest potential return forecasted. 5 opinions shared. Let's go to the next piece. With all forecasts considered, here's what the numbers show. The collective view of all analysts suggests a possible move between a drop of 0.4% and a rise of 2.1%, depending on the analyst. Overall, digital coin price provides the leading forecast with 2.1% lift in value by May 19. Based on these forecasts, you might see a return of between $4 and $21 for every $1,000 you invest. By probability ranking, Coin Price Forecast holds the lead with a 92.6% chance of success. Looking across the 5 forecasts, I've built a consensus outlook for clarity. The collective forecast highlights Uniswap at roughly $3.459. Let's take a deeper dive. Consensus expectations indicate a 1% move up. To phrase it clearly, your capital could likewise increase by about 1% as part of that scenario. In terms of 1,000, the projection might equal $10 in potential gain. And overall, the likelihood of this consensus projection for Uniswap is estimated near 90.2%. Here we go. Let's see what kind of short-term moves analysts are forecasting across the 3-day period. A stable market view is shared by Coin Price Forecast, projecting no meaningful moves. Crypto predictions suggest bearish momentum will dominate. Upside potential is noted by 30 rates, who stays optimistic. Gov Capital Collector highlights that Uniswap could slide lower. Digital coin price highlights a bullish outlook for Uniswap. The consensus outlook signals downward momentum, with Uniswap leaning lower through this horizon. Looking across the forecasts, 60% suggest Uniswap will trade lower. 5 forecasts appeared 2 days back. Now we can compare them with the actual price. At the end of the day, the market recorded $3.472. With the final move, none of the 5 analysts were correct about the direction. The prediction that stood closest to reality came from Coin Price Forecast. Time to take things apart for clarity. The candle's limits included 2 predictions. Speaking of ROI, part of the group achieved positive results and Coin Codex had the highest return at 1.8%. Here's the full recap, the complete breakdown of the results in one view. As indicated in the data, Gov Capital Collector achieved -1.6% ROI and $0.231 accuracy. Take a closer look and notice whose forecast stayed closest to the actual move. Now we'll compare the forecasted returns for tomorrow between Uniswap and a few other cryptos. This time Uniswap isn't first as PEEP posts 5.2% potential gain. Right now, Uniswap is shown with 4 cryptocurrencies, while a far larger group is already open for analysis on my website. Before you go, hit subscribe to stay aligned with tomorrow's update. See you in the next one.